I concede, and therefore I will not sign the 2024 finance bill.
Now, President William Ruto has been voted as the second most corrupt person of the year 2024.
The breaking news that is in is that Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua tonight stands impeached.
About 10 young people have gone missing within the month of December alone, amidst a growing concern of the increasing wave of abductions in the country.
We begin with the worrying trend of femicide in the country. Close to 100 women and girls have been killed in the last 3 months as the femicide crisis escalates.
Hi people, welcome to the Local Bootstrapper. My name is Mohammed and this is the first video I'm posting on this channel. Okay, the first video I'm posting anywhere ever. But yeah, I wanted to do this just to highlight a couple of things. So why this channel specifically, why the Local Bootstrapper. And I think 2024 was a very difficult year, especially for us business people. In Kenya, we did have like the best year. We had governance issues all through. Starting from the top, of course, which led into demonstrations, what we call maandamano.
Kenya's never before had protests like those in June and July. Thousands of people took to the streets in about 50 towns and cities in a series of demonstrations.
And we start with breaking news out of Nairobi, Kenya, where ongoing protests have now inflamed further. We are learning that lawmakers in Kenya's parliament, which is on fire, have been forced to escape through an underground channel after protesters got inside the parliament building.
They were triggered by a government plan to increase taxes. Protesters also expressed widespread anger at endemic corruption and called for President William Ruto to step down.
The money that he uses to travel, ajipange, ametuharibia economy. He must go. Ruto, you must by force. If we are not pleasing you, we are not.
I'm here because look at what's happening. Young Kenyans are demonstrating for their rights. They're demonstrating with flags and banners. I can't even see anymore. They're being tear gassed.
I think whereas the beginning of the year wasn't so bad, the latter months of the year were quite heavy. So again, as I said, we had maandamano in June, which led into like a significant economic downturn for the country.
Meanwhile, the war continues to hurt people across the world. In Kenya, there's an economic crisis. People are dealing with soaring inflation and a high cost of living. The government is failing to tackle it. Now they've run out of cash. Kenya does not have money to pay the salaries of government employees. There is a major cash crisis in the country, also a public debt crisis. The government borrowed money left, right and center, so debt has soared. And so has the interest on debt. It has touched $5 billion per year, $5 billion in interest payments on domestic debt. It is 5 times what it was a decade ago.
And so for us, people who have small businesses in various sectors, we really did struggle to like get through last year. So yeah, that led me to where I am right now. So I own 2 businesses, link in the description, but also I just put link down on the screen. That's Cool Stuff and Cool Stuff Shipping. So for Cool Stuff, we do general products. We sell hosepipe, watches, and glasses, and items like those. Items ideally that people would struggle to find locally. Either just find them or find them at a good price. That was the premise of Cool Stuff when it started. And Cool Stuff Shipping, which ideally started before Cool Stuff, because started shipping in things for people, and then eventually realized that instead of actually keeping shipping in things for people, we could actually stock those items so that it's easier for people to access them. Anyway, that is a logistics company, and we ship items for people from Dubai, China, UK, and Dubai, China, UK, and yeah, and the US. Yeah, the US is 100%. In fact, yeah, it's our biggest road. Anyway, so as I was saying, business was really difficult last year, And yeah, both businesses really been struggling, especially with people not having like disposable income. So aside from that, I have been toying around with the idea of starting other businesses. My main thing last year was I had this idea of a vacation homes platform, which would be an app but also a web app. And I had a business that started a while back called Potenibron, which was a meal kit business. And unfortunately that didn't, it picked up, but then just the sustainability of it is something I couldn't keep up with, and so I had to put it on the back burner. Now, last year I was studying AI and app building, just because I felt those two ideas especially would reap the most benefit out of not just having a website but an app, and especially an AI-driven app. AI was on the craze last year. So yeah, I spent majority of the year studying AI and app building, and as I was doing that, especially as I was going about building the vacation home app, I realized so first of all that screen went off, and I was just like, I was quite in the flow, you know, and it's your first video and you feel like now the ideas are coming in and I can talk, you really want to just continue, and then the screen went off and I was like, I have to go back and switch that on. So I don't even know where I was, but this is where I pick it up from. So AI and all, I realized for these businesses to actually be implemented, I would need to understand how the content for that would look like, and especially for the vacation homes app, because I've been used to the previous businesses. Okay, so the cool stuff shipping has never needed like content, and cool stuff we never really actually had to do product photography, because we could just get off of where we bought the products. And we did some lifestyle photography once or twice, and that was in 2018. But then we never really got down to doing that. And part of the problem, or part of that, which is why I'm here and bootstrapping and trying to figure out like how to make content and everything, is just money. We live in a country where it's not the easiest to raise funds for a business. Now you would either go to the bank, and which is especially hard for like me who's a Muslim, to go into a bank and get a loan, because then interest is haram. So that's a whole other video like I can't get into. But yeah, so the reason I'm here bootstrapping and trying to understand all this is because financially trying to set up a business from the ground in this country is not the easiest. And so you have to come up with ingenious ways and put yourself out there, learning new stuff, trying to take those on, as opposed to hiring professionals, just so that you can get onto like the next phase of your business. And probably if either you're like picked up by or get a grant, or like get actual funding from people who are invested in putting equity and putting money into your business, then before that time you really need to figure out how to do this and that. And so as I was going through this app building situation, I realized content would be key, especially for this new platform. But I also realized the other platforms are struggling because we've not really done content in a while, where we have content from people like user-generated content, but then we don't really have our own content that we've posted for a second. So for me this year, I decided my main thing, New Year's resolution, would be content creation. And so that's why I'm here. Trying to make fun content as I shamelessly plug in my businesses, and hopefully you guys find the content entertaining, but also not just that, but like actually I hope I'll be able to demonstrate the value that these businesses offer, and that you would be able to actually go in and make purchases or place orders on the same platforms. But yeah, aside from that, let's get into the videos. I hope you enjoy. And yeah, I think I'll start just explaining this room, the things that I love about it. So when we got this house, when we got this house, as soon as we moved in, realized that they had actually done really good wallpaper. But also the room itself. Now some people will be like, "Hey, that looks weird. It looks like fire. It's grey." But I'm like, I actually love the grey. Initially, I thought of stripping it off and painting it black, but then I really wanted to be able to paint the black on top of the wallpaper, but I couldn't. So I maintained it as it is, and I didn't want the room to look too dark. So I think the grey works. The grey works for me. The other thing I really love about this house is the floor. And we have these wooden floors. I don't know the material of the wood, but yeah, these wooden floors, I really do love those. And so yeah, let's get into the rest of the room.